I'm here with Coach Scottie Littles of Kings Fork High School. Coach, this is essentially, after an official announcement, day 2 on the job. I know you've been around Kings Fork for a while, at least for a few weeks. I wanted to get your opinion on the Kings Fork job and what it took to bring you up here. I'm originally from the area. When I interviewed for the job, got a call to come up for an interview. I was really impressed with the vision and plan of the school by Dr. Lee and Coach Jesse, and to answer your question, it was just the competitive nature of this area. A lot of people don't know that the Hampton Roads area is extremely competitive. Kings Fork is loaded with talent. They've got over 100 kids in the program. They've competed against some of the best teams at a high level, Lake Taylor, Oscar Smith. So it was an opportunity to get back home, an opportunity to be a part of a program that's been competitive, put my twist on it, put my mentality and my thoughts into it, and see if we can take it to the next level. Now, you've been coaching down in Florida for the last several years on the Gulf Coast, yes, Sarasota and Tampa area, yep. Bradenton. Compare what you've seen down there to what is currently here and what could be here. I think, one thing about Florida, everybody, obviously it is competitive. There's a lot of athletes down there, very disciplined, physical brand of football. But it's really not that much difference when you're talking about athletes, especially with this area. Some places in Virginia that might not be the case. But Hampton Roads, you walk through Kings Fork, and just specifically about Kings Fork, they got the size, they got the speed, they got the numbers, so everything is very similar. I think one thing that I learned in Florida that is going to help me is the business side of high school football, as far as raising money and being political and reaching out to the community. And in Suffolk, you get that small town community vibe. So we're excited about that. We're excited about I got over 60 kids in workouts right now, with another 30 walking the hallways, running track, playing baseball or soccer. So we're excited about what the potential. And I think that Kings Fork is one of those schools that's been knocking on that door, and they're primed to with the right leadership and the right discipline, the right system, putting the kids in a situation to be successful, that Kings Fork can be knocking on that door come December here real soon. Yeah, I wouldn't ask any predictions of you, but Nansemond River's had a strong program now. Lakeland's on the rise again with Coach Knight over there. Speak to me about how you see the competitive situation in the city of Suffolk. There is a mythical Suffolk City Championship to compete for. Absolutely. Obviously, we have great respect for our opponents. We think, Coach over at Nansemond River has done a great job. Coach over at Lakeland has done a great job, but we're going to compete. We're not going to, talk down about anybody. We're going to respect our opponents, but at the end of the day, we're going to play a disciplined brand of football and a competitive brand of football that puts us in a situation to be successful. Now, you're going to be competing in the Southeastern District, which, of course, as you know, you're familiar. You played at Landstown. That plays into a little bit. You're going to be competing against Oscar Smith, Indian River, Western Branch, Grassfield, some powerhouse teams. Yes, sir. You can't look past that and your aspiration to get to a state championship, right. But talk a little bit about how Kings Fork can continue to compete in that kind of environment. Absolutely. Like I said earlier, disciplined brand of football. I think being competitive, having a mentality and a swagger that, we can compete with the best of them. We have athletes, we work just like everybody else works. We have respect for all our opponents. Indian River played for the regional final or the state semifinal, 5A state semifinal. Oscar Smith obviously has been, very successful. Grassfield, their coach, they've done a great job ever since I was in high school. And it's going to be tough. It's the SEC for real. It's the SEC of high school football, and you wouldn't want it no other way. One thing that I told the kids is anything worth having isn't easy. And we're going to compete, we're going to work, and we're going to put ourselves in a position to be successful. Joe Jones ran a triple option kind of offense. Yeah. Do you already have in mind what schemes you're going to be running with the athletes that you have? Without getting too much into detail, we do have a lot of athletes. We will do some things differently. Like I told the kids, they're going to do things they've never done before, and that goes from workouts to the way they carry themselves, to the way we play, to the systems we run. I can say I'm a Chris Beatty guy. I played for Chris Beatty. I talk to Chris Beatty on the regular. So I hope that answers your question a little bit. But we're going to allow our players to get in space and be special. Well, without giving anything away, what has Chris Beatty's influence been on you as a player and eventually as a coach? I mean, obviously, he was a mentor of mine. I played for him at Landstown. He always was in my corner, always coaching me up, always rooting me on. Throughout the years, just words of wisdom with football and life, and kind of his road and his success and things that he looked at, and maybe me being a young head coach, things that him being a young head coach, things he thought he could have done better, or things that he did really well that I could use. But from a scheme perspective, I think his body of work speaks for itself, and it's always good to have that resource in your corner. You know, because he's been everywhere, he's been all over the country, and to be able to dip into his bag of knowledge is great.
Now, he's obviously gone on to coach college ball.
Yeah.
This is your first high school head coach position. We don't want to jump too far ahead, but do you have any aspirations to coach at college level?
You know, like I told my athletic director, I'm going to always do what's best for my family. I'm a big family guy. We're going to run our program with a family atmosphere. But Kings Fork, I'm going to work it with every bone in me. So like it's the last job I'm ever going to have. We're going to go as far as we can go, and we're going to take it as far as we can. I don't know what the future holds, but you know, if the right situation presents itself for my family, then we'll look at it when that time comes. But right now, we're focused on the Bulldogs. We're focused on building a tradition of winning, a culture of discipline, powerful football, and we just want to get to work right away.